Okay, let's talk about secret special access programs. So get in here. This is Jack with Cosmic Road. I talk about UFOs and the paranormal. Please hit like and subscribe and let me know what you think in the comments below. Okay, this is from Ask a Poll, Matt Laszlo, and Walker Whalen. Senator Gillibrand still on the hunt for hidden SAPs. If there are any programs we are not read in. Of course, if she was, would she tell us about it? I don't know. Ask a Poll asks, Senator Mike Rounds tells Ask a Poll your guys' UAPA amendment from last year was maybe gonna get some tweaks in this year's NDAA, the National Defense Authorization Act. Any update? Gillibrand says, I don't know that there was anything in the NDAA about that. I made sure we fully funded Arrow. So that was the part I worked on, was funding for Arrow. I don't know if there's anything about disclosures. I think, in the final bill, I think it's included my provision that says you can't have any SAPs that aren't disclosed. Okay, well, that's very interesting. Caught our ear. I have no reason to believe there are SAPs that exist or don't exist. I'm not quite sure about that sentence there. But she continues, I have no basis to know one way or the other. I just know the provisions that I've tried to include would try to guarantee that we know about all SAPs. And of course, this is very important because it is thought that the UFO control group is hidden inside these special access programs, at least in part. That's how you get to them, is through certain very secret SAPs, special access programs. For example, she says, I don't know if there are any presidential SAPs, meaning I don't know if there's legal structure under our framework for presidents to put special access programs for presidents' eyes only. That's an intriguing thought, that the presidents have their own special programs. And if that exists, then I don't know about it. But I don't think that should exist based on balance of powers and based on the fact that Congress is responsible for allocating money. Well, that's the real ticker, right? For Congress, is they're the ones that are supposed to distribute the money from taxpayers, and it is being siphoned away into these secret programs somehow. So how is that? Could it be through these presidential secret access programs? Is that a possibility? Dean Johnson and others are talking about this. Besides laws requiring the DOD, IC, DOE, Department of Energy, and other agencies to notify designated lawmakers about special access programs, Congress in 2022 enacted 50 USC 33-48A requiring notice to the 4 top congressional leaders of any such program established at the direction of the president. So yeah, very interesting. Requiring notice to the 4 top congressional leaders of any such program. So yeah, somebody in Congress would know, per Dean Johnson, if such a program existed. Now, could leaders in Congress know about it and they're just not telling us? Yeah, absolutely. I think it's very difficult for the UFO control group to exist without the knowledge of someone in Congress. But I could be wrong. Let's see. Matthew Pine says there most certainly are presidential special access programs. Some special access programs, such as those relating to the protection of the president, the continuity of government operations and covert actions, are operated from within the executive office of the president. This quote is from the Moynihan report produced by the Commission on Protecting and Reducing Government Secrecy, created under Title IX of the Foreign Relations Authorization Act for fiscal years 94 and 95. Its charter was to conduct an investigation into all matters in any way related to any legislation, executive order, regulation, practice, or procedure relating to classified information for granting security clearances, and to submit a final report containing recommendations covering those areas. The Commission's investigation was the first authorized by statute to examine government secrecy in 40 years and only the second ever. More from this report SAPs can concern research, development, and acquisition activities, intelligence, or military operations. They can be funded by one agency but managed by another, which often leads to difficulty in simply accounting for how many programs exist and how much money is spent on them. Joe Murgia replied, but the programs, alleged UAP crash retrieval and related, we care about in this community are not presidential SAPs. A few presidents may have been read in, possibly Bush Sr. and Reagan over the years, but not anymore. Well, so very interesting. Could the UFO control group be hidden in groups established by a president? Well, you can think about it in terms of Eisenhower, for example. If he did meet with beings back in the day, could he have created special access programs that still exist in some part today that have been enlarged upon and taken on a new life of their own? Or could it go back even further than that to MJ-12 and the 40s and all of that? So there's definitely possible avenues for this having started under a president, but continuing with a life of its own until the modern day. Either way, Kirsten Gillibrand is still talking about Arrow, and so far hasn't come out against Arrow. So the fact that she's on the hunt for these special access programs doesn't exactly fill me with a lot of confidence. However, even Chris Mellon was saying somewhat good things about Arrow. He says, heretofore, all congressional language on UAP has come from the House and Senate Armed Services and Intelligence Committees. It is therefore notable and encouraging to see language supporting Arrow appearing in the House Defense Appropriations Bill. This broadening of support for Arrow's mission bodes well for future Arrow funding. Yeah, do we care about future Arrow funding? I don't know. He goes on to say, as I've said many times, Arrow has an inherent conflict of interest when it comes to investigating allegations of recovered off-world materials. Nobody in the UAP community is likely to believe them anyway, certainly not if they report negative results. However, they have an important role to play in collecting and analyzing UAP reports from the military and the intelligence community. They are doing some good work there, for example, developing and deploying new sensors to detect UAP. Yeah, but who cares? Are they going to tell us? I think their biggest problem to date has been a lack of credibility due to unfortunate comments by the former director of Arrow, the lovely Dr. John Kirkpatrick. There is an opportunity with new leadership to achieve greater openness and transparency. Well, we can hope. I hope the administration will select someone committed to maximal transparency with Congress and the public because that office has important work to do. Ideally, however, Congress would undertake its own independent investigation regarding claims of concealed UAP materials. In the absence of that, let's hope for a new director who will promote transparency and enhance that organization's credibility. So yeah, absolutely, if we're stuck with Arrow, I guess we can hope that a new director will be better. I mean, I guess he can't be worse. But I think that the main hope is in Congress finally becoming galvanized on this issue and doing various things. We'll see which one sticks and which one works, whether it's Schumer rounds or a select committee or an audit of Arrow that exposes the cover-up. And you can see the strings connecting people like Sean Kirkpatrick to the control group. Unlikely. They're probably going to cover their bases better than that. But anyway, let me know what you guys think about all of this. Are there special access programs that presidents set up that may still be going on today? Or maybe there are recent programs set up by presidents and there are people in Congress that know about it and that just aren't saying anything, either because they're under the sway of the control group or simply because they can't. Let me know where you think the truth lies in all of this in the comments below. And if you've enjoyed this video, please give me a big thumbs up. I sure appreciate it. Smash the like button, the subscribe button, all that kind of good stuff. There's plenty of other videos on the channel, and I'll see you guys next time. This is Jack with Cosmic Road, signing out.